African American hands of people who are police or pretend to be police. And so that's what we have to deal with. And so when we ask for congressional hearings, when we ask for a national task force of the community leaders, civil rights leaders, grassroots leaders, all coming together, task force that
Lando, Jamar,
and systematic
George,
in how we respond to
Lando,
profile
Jamar,
shootings. Because Lee
George,
Merritt will tell you,
Lando,
Darrell
Jamar,
Washington would tell you,
George,
Chris Stewart would tell you,
Lando,
all these
Jamar,
League presidents, all these civil
George,
rights lawyers would tell you for every Ahmaud Arbery, every Trayvon Martin, there are dozens, Van, of calls that we get that never get covered by the news. But they need a response too. And so that's what we're here to do. And then, as I said over and over again, I have this book, Open Season, The Legalized Genocide of Colored People. And Lee, you know, we've talked about this, going back to the United Nations. We did it with Michael Brown, Killing, and Ferguson. And we made our case in Geneva, Switzerland. We need to take these three families as representatives of
this history.
All the other black and brown people who've been marginalized, disenfranchised, and then dehumanized in their deaths by police and quasi-police. And we need to make the case before the United Nations that this is a human rights violation.
Yes.
So wait their verdict for the world to see. And I thank you, Lee. I thank you, Van. I thank you, Jay-Z.
With these three who are going through, or these three families are going through the worst situation they possibly could go through, all picked. You can see why, because of the passion, because of the brilliance, because we're going to open this up now to people who, if they want to ask questions from the press, I want to make sure I say this the right way. If you have a question, you can submit it via the Q&A button. At the bottom of your screen, you'll see a Q&A button. And you can type in your question, and please, if you would, type in the outlet that you're from as well. And then I will do my best in this new high-tech situation to share those questions with you. Let me just ask, Lee, you mentioned legislation. Can you describe some of the things that might be in legislation that you think would address some of these concerns?
The focus of any legislation will have to be on, first, a police accountability. We know that less than 1% of these cases are ever indicted. And we heard from the district attorney in Minnesota and Minneapolis yesterday who said that there wasn't yet enough evidence to indict.
Because they found some for Muhammad.
I don't know what kind of
they
evidence
sure did
he's
for Muhammad.
when you have the video of George Floyd being murdered
shit,
from several different sources. But the issue there is that the standard is far too high.
It is.
The attorney
police can kill because they're police.
Far too high.
Well, wouldn't that make everyone want to become a
for law
cop?
enforcement officers. We need legislation that specifically goes after qualified immunity and the additional protections offered to law enforcement officers. Now, this is not a partisan issue. You had Rush Limbaugh state that the family of George Floyd needs justice, and he's joined by the ACLU in saying the same thing. But the legal apparatus has said the laws as they exist on the books make it difficult for them to pursue arrests. I believe that they can make arrests for Floyd today. But we want to make sure that the laws from a federal level,
you know what? They didn't even have any fucking